They say you have to be an idiot to lose money on a Porsche. Well, that's not entirely true. You just have to buy the wrong one. But what if I told you that buying the right Porsche right now could be one of the smartest financial decisions you ever make? Forget the stock market, forget crypto. We're talking about drivable, thrilling assets that are on the verge of a massive value explosion. Today, we're diving deep into the Porsche market. I'm going to give you a list of more than 10 Porsches, from affordable weekend warriors to blue-chip collectibles that are primed to go up in value. This is your 2026 Investor's Guide. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with the cars that offer the lowest barrier to entry into Porsche ownership, but with the highest potential for growth. I'm talking about the underdog champions. First up, the Porsche 996.1 Carrera. For years, this car was the black sheep of the 911 family, mostly because of these, the fried egg headlights. The purists hated them. But while they were complaining, smart buyers were getting an incredible performance bargain. Here's the secret. Underneath those controversial headlights is the DNA of a legend. This car is lightweight, it's responsive, and it shares a surprising amount of its chassis and engineering with the much more expensive 996 GT3. The key is finding one with option code 220. That code means it has a limited slip differential, transforming it from a standard Carrera into a baby GT3. It's a proper driver's car. For years, these hovered around the $20,000 mark. That floor is rising fast. A good manual with an LSD for under 25 grand is a steal. Now, what if I told you that you could get a car that many argue handles better than a 911 for even less money? Meet the 987.2 Generation Cayman and Boxster. The key here is the .2. The earlier 987.1 cars had the infamous IMS bearing issue, but the 987.2, built from 2009 to 2012, has a completely redesigned engine without an IMS bearing at all. It's bulletproof. This mid-engine layout gives it perfect balance. It's a scalpel. It dissects corners with a precision that is just intoxicating. The Cayman is a fixed-roof coupe, a serious performance machine that can be had for around $20,000 to $25,000. It is without a doubt the best performance per dollar car on this entire list. And if you want to add some sunshine to the experience, the 987.2 Boxster. Same brilliant chassis, same reliable engine, but with an open top. Honestly, it feels even more playful. And you can find great manual examples for as low as $16,500. That is an insane value. These cars have nowhere to go but up. Next, let's talk about a special moment in Porsche history, the point where raw mechanical feedback was about to give way to electronic assistance. These cars are the last of a breed. This is the Porsche 997.1 Carrera, specifically the 2006 to 2008 models. Why these years? Porsche made key upgrades, including a larger, more robust IMS bearing that drastically reduces the failure rate. But the real magic of the 997 is the steering. It's the last 911 to use a hydraulic steering rack. Every model since has had electric power steering. And while the new systems are good, they can't replicate the pure, unfiltered road feel that comes through this wheel. Driving a 997 is a conversation with the pavement. For under $30,000, you're getting an experience that modern supercars can't sell you at any price. It's a sneaky investment that will reward you every single time you drive it. Now for a more modern take on that purist philosophy, the 991.2 Carrera T. T stands for touring, a nod to the lightweight 911T of the 1960s. Porsche took the standard 3-liter turbocharged Carrera, which is a fantastic engine by the way, and put it on a diet. They added thinner glass, removed some sound deadening, and put fabric poles instead of interior door handles. They gave it a standard manual gearbox with shorter gearing and a mechanical limited slip differential. The result? A raw, engaging, and incredibly fun car. They only brought about 1,000 of these into the US. With an MSRP around $90,000, they're holding their value incredibly well because they represent a rare, enthusiast-focused package. This is a future classic guaranteed.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Two-door sports cars are great, but I have kids, dogs, stuff. Don't worry, Porsche has you covered. And yes, you can even make money on a Porsche SUV. Exhibit A, the Porsche 958 Cayenne GTS. This isn't just an SUV with a Porsche badge. This is a monster with a 4.8-liter naturally aspirated V8 pumping out 420 horsepower. No turbos, just pure, glorious V8 thunder. It has air suspension, it has Alcantara seats, and it handles better than most sports sedans. For around $20,000, you can have a vehicle that can tow your boat to the lake and set a respectable lap time on the way home. It's the ultimate do-it-all Porsche, and that V8 makes it a dying breed. But what if you want something truly weird and wonderful? Let's talk about the 957 Cayenne with a manual transmission. Yes, for a short time, Porsche put a 6-speed manual in their SUV. It is a unicorn. It's the definition of rare. Enthusiasts are actively hunting these down because of the sheer absurdity and engagement factor. A low-mileage one just sold for $19,000. They aren't making any more of these, ever. This is the definition of a cult classic in the making. Now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room: electric vehicles. The Porsche Taycan is an engineering marvel. It's brutally fast, it's packed with technology, and it's beautiful. It is also a financial black hole for the first owner. The EV market is like the Wild West. Rapidly evolving battery technology, changing government incentives, and volatile demand mean that prices are incredibly unstable. The Taycan has seen its value cut in half in just 4 years. If you absolutely must have an electric Porsche, my advice is to buy a used base model, as they depreciate slightly slower than the top-tier turbo trims. But if your goal is appreciation, stay away. You are not going to come out a winner here. All right, enough caution. Let's talk about the certified blue-chip investments. The cars you buy, drive, and almost certainly won't lose money on. I'm talking about the GT cars. We begin with a future legend, the 997 GT3. This car has it all. The heart of this beast is the legendary Mezger engine. This isn't just a modified Carrera engine. It's a true motorsport engine born from Porsche's Le Mans winning race cars. It's naturally aspirated, screaming to 8,400 RPM. It's raw, it's visceral, it has a manual transmission and rear-wheel drive. This is Porsche at its purest, and it's an experience that is becoming rarer every single day. Prices have been climbing steadily. You can still find them for around $120,000, but they are on a one-way trip up. Next, the 981 Cayman GT4. What happens when Porsche's GT department gets their hands on the perfectly balanced mid-engine Cayman? Magic. They took the 3.8-liter engine from the 911 Carrera S, threw it in the middle of the Cayman, and then bolted the entire front suspension from the 991 GT3 to the car. And the best part? It was only available with a 6-speed manual transmission. This was an instant classic. Limited production and a pure analog driving experience have made this a collector's dream. At around $85,000, it's not cheap, but its value is rock solid and poised for serious growth as Porsche moves to smaller turbocharged and hybrid power plants. Finally, my personal grail car, the 991.2 GT3 Touring. Porsche gave us the phenomenal 991.2 GT3 with its 4-liter, 500 horsepower, 9,000 RPM engine, and then they did something brilliant. They took the giant wing off. They created a stealth fighter. All the performance, all the sound, all the fury of a GT3, but with a classic, understated 911 profile. And they offered it with a 6-speed manual. It's the ultimate driver's car for the road. With incredibly limited numbers and insane demand, these are already trading for well under $200,000. That is the floor. This car is heading to the moon. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on a few sleeper hits that are worth keeping an eye on. The front-engine Porsches, the 944 and the 968, for decades they were overlooked, but clean examples, especially the 944 Turbo and the ultra-rare 968 Club Sport, are seeing a huge surge in interest and value. They offer a unique, balanced driving experience. And how could we forget the 996 Turbo, the car that brought supercar performance to the masses? It also has a Mezger engine, it's brutally fast even by today's standards, and it's still an incredible value. But don't sleep on it. Collectors are waking up and prices are on the move. So there you have it. From the sub-20K Boxster to the 200K GT3 Touring, the Porsche market is filled with incredible opportunities. The common thread is rarity, a pure driving experience, and a legendary engine. These are the factors that create lasting value. Buying the right Porsche isn't just about the thrill of the drive, it's about being a custodian of automotive history. It's an investment in engineering, in passion, and in a brand that consistently builds icons. Now I want to hear from you. Which car on this list do you think has the best chance of going up in value? Which one would you park in your garage? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep living the ideal lifestyle.